City unfortunately on the wrong end of a 4-3 scoreline, but what did Lauren Smith take from that game and hopefully put into today?
Yeah, I think it was just about managing nerves. Obviously it's a relatively new squad, just getting used to being together and working together. And yeah, they've had a really good week and just ready for the game now.
Yeah, absolutely. You say there are so many new faces. Gwen hasn't really trained with anybody yet. There are so many new faces that it's almost getting used to everybody, isn't it? And there's going to be a bit of a bedding in period, isn't there, for this team?
Definitely, like getting used to what everyone's like and what their preferences are on the pitch. It'll take time, but I'm confident we'll get there in the end.
Yeah, absolutely. This game finished 2-2 last time we played Lewes. That was earlier in pre-season. Can we expect goals again this afternoon?
Yeah, I think we're definitely more prepared, and I think in the pre-season friendly we definitely could have taken away the win. It was just, again, settling in period, and I'm confident we'll be able to get some goals today.
Absolutely. Right, we'll talk about the fans now, because you might be able to see them over our shoulders pouring in so far. We're expecting sort of 400, 500 fans here today. How excited are you and the players to see them here? Because we went the whole of last season with no fans. Great to have them back now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's honestly great to have them back. Like, because of COVID, we weren't allowed, and I think people will come out because they haven't been able to watch a live game in so long. And it'll just get behind the girls, encouragement. So I think it's really good, yeah, really
Absolutely
good.
Is. It's going to be a long season. We know it is. It's not always going to be like this weather-wise. What impact will that have, funny enough? Because we're hot, just stood here on the balcony. Running around for 90 minutes is going to have an impact, isn't it?
It's going to be tough, but they're fit, they're ready to go, so I'm sure they'll be fine.
Absolutely. Right, it's time now to have a look at the teams for this one. So let's have a look at that starting 11 that Lauren Smith has picked for this game. And you'll be able to see there, Fran Bentley starts in goal for the Robins this afternoon. And it's also Flo Allen coming into the squad for this one, starting at fullback, along with a back four there. Simran Jamat also looking to be the creative force, along with Ava Koiken in a midfield three that also contains Amy Palmer at the base of that midfield three. Up front, three-pronged attack, Abby Harrison flanked by Jess Woolley, and Aggie Beaver-Jones making her full debut after scoring against Palace last weekend. Chloe O'Connor comes into the squad for the first time this season and takes her place on the bench, along with Sophie Whitehouse, Leah Cataldo, Naomi Lazell, Mel Johnson, Jasmine Bull, Maisie Collis, Izzy Cook and Fionn Morgan. Now, what do you make of that starting 11 then there? It's quite strong, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very strong front starting line. And although we are a young team, I think there is a wealth of experience in that team. Got some international experience, like previous clubs, so I think it's a really strong starting 11.
For me, looking at that three-pronged attack of Harrison, Beaver-Jones and Jess Woolley, there are goals. We talked about it a minute ago. There are goals in this Bristol City team, aren't there?
Yeah, definitely. I think they'll all be hungry to get a goal as well, especially in this facility, first game, home game. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and just behind them, we mentioned a midfield three, Amy Palmer at the base of that, wearing the captain's armband now as well for this Bristol City team. She's going to have an impact today, isn't she? And this surface is ideal for somebody like her to just get those, spray those balls out wide and get them down the flanks.
Yeah, she's definitely a class player on the ball, off the ball. She'll be really ready to go for this game.
Absolutely. We're going to hear from Amy Palmer very shortly, but first let's hear from the gaffer now, because that's the person who's picked this team. Let's find out her thoughts pre-match.
Lauren, let's start with the occasion. First home league game here at the Robins High Performance Centre. How much are you and the players looking forward to it?
Very much so. I mean, to have such a big crowd join us today is going to be something that the players haven't had yet, and we know that the Bristol fans are something special, so we can't wait to hear them cheer us on, help us through the game, and I think everyone sees today what a brilliant facility it is, and we just can't wait to get going now at home.
Just onto the game, obviously last weekend disappointing result, but certainly in the second half I think you saw a lot of positives. What are you looking for from today?
Yeah, we've proven now we can bounce back from things, which is great to show that we've got resiliency so early in the season. But today it's, get a good foothold in the game and build into it and show that we finished strong in all of our games so far pre-season, and then obviously last game at Crystal Palace. But actually now is, can we actually build into it with a good start behind us? So that's going to be the biggest thing for us today.
You've made 3 changes to the starting 11. Is that a case of having lots of players available and really kind of looking at the options for what is essentially a new team?
Yeah, we've got some some great players across the whole squad, and everyone's currently fit. So bar one actually. So it's a problem to have as a coach, but it's a great problem to have everyone almost in your team fit and raring to go. And then for us, it's, we've changed a few things from last week. We've changed formation slightly, so it just gives us opportunities to look at players in different positions. And everyone's training really hard and putting their name in the hat really for this. So it has been a difficult week to choose the starting 11 for today, but the strength in that is actually the bench as well. So we know that we can change it. We know that if we need to, we can do a few different things. So it should be exciting. I hope it's exciting.
The gaffer there, Lauren Smith, ahead of kickoff. Tell us a bit about Lauren. She's a new face this summer, only appointed this summer, of course, as the new head coach at Bristol City. What's she like?
So I have been managed by her before. I think I really believe in her ethos and what she's about. She's calm and influence, but she gets stuff done. So yeah, I think she's a really good influence to have around, and she'll do really well this season.
Yeah. She's a young manager, isn't she? I think she's only 33, something like that. But often they're the ones with the fresh ideas, aren't they? And bringing something new to the club. Yeah,
she's got as well a wealth of experience, seen a lot of clubs and different players, and yeah, she's got great ideas. Really excited to work with her.
Absolutely. And before kickoff, what are we now? Less than 10 minutes away from kickoff now. You mentioned that she's a calming influence. So what will be her final messages before we get ready for kickoff here?
I think she'd just, stay calm, get the first touches out the way, and just do what they've been told to do, basically.
Okay, well, we are moments away from kickoff here, as I mentioned. Now, earlier this week, I also caught up with the new captain of Bristol City, Amy Palmer. This is what happened when I caught up with Amy earlier this week here at the High Performance Centre.
We're looking forward to having fans back and them getting behind us. Obviously, we're so grateful for the supporters.
Amy, season underway, and then you'll be here on Sunday to play Lewes in the first game in front of fans at the HPC. Firstly, are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, of course. Obviously, we didn't get off to the start that we wanted. Obviously, we wanted to get off to a 3-pointer, but yeah, we're really excited to come here and play on some unbelievable facilities, unbelievable ground. So hopefully we can play our football and get the 3 points on the board. And
being a central midfielder, playing on a surface like this that we've got here at HBC must be exciting too.
Yeah, it is very exciting. Obviously it zings a lot as well, so for me I'm buzzing. But yeah, it's unbelievable facilities. We're very lucky to be here, especially obviously in the Champ. We've played on a lot of Astros as well, so we want teams to come here and be scared, not easy to play against, and play them off the park hopefully.
You mentioned the game at the weekend against Crystal Palace. It finished 4-3. Great game for the fans to watch. Frustrating for you as players?
Yeah, of course it's frustrating. They've had 4 chances and scored 4 goals pretty much, but we have to take positives. We created chances, we scored 3 goals. There's not many games you go into scoring 3 goals and not winning. So, we take positives from it, but also, we're gutted as a team, but also glad that it's the first game. We don't want that to happen in the league further along. So, obviously not the start we wanted to get onto, but we learn from it, we grow, we're a young side, stuff like that's going to happen. Now it's happened, hopefully we park that there and excited to play on Sunday.
You're one of those players that played last season here for Bristol City. There's not many that have, are still here from that team from last year. How is the squad gelling with all of those new faces that have come into the side?
Yeah, there's not many of us left over from last year, but it's a fresh start. I think it's what we all needed, staff, players included. Everyone's got individual skills that really bring a lot to the table, and that's what we need. Everyone gets on so well. We're such a together team and always working for each other on and off the pitch. So everyone brings a little something to the table.
Where you're sitting right now are where fans finally are going to be watching Bristol City Women once again. How good is it going to be to have them here supporting you?
Yeah, obviously we had a pre-season game against Lewes before and they were so loud then as well. So we're looking forward to having fans back and them getting behind us. Obviously we're so grateful for the supporters and obviously didn't get off to the best start. So we just can't wait to put things right, and in front of a home crowd as well. There's nothing better than being able to do that.
You mentioned that they were here for Lewes. They're here again, Lewes.
Yeah.
Once again, it's a pretty quick turnaround to play them once again. They're a familiar opponent and they gave you a good game, didn't they, in that pre-season friendly?
Yeah, obviously they've been in the Championship for a long time. We knew what we were expecting. Got us on the counter-attack, but having played them in pre-season, we know what we're expecting now. We know what we need to do and how to improve. So we've got to take lessons that we've learnt from that last game and really push on.
And finally, on a personal level, you're going to be leading the team out, of course, as captain now of Bristol City. A proud moment for you to one, you left Bristol City and now you're back, and not only that, but you're captain too.
Yeah, of course, it's a really proud moment for me because I was at Bristol, like you say before, 16-year-old, and something that I've dreamed of. I'm still young, so it's a challenge for me as well, which I really enjoy, and I'm just hoping that we can get back to where we belong in the WSL, and obviously in front of the fans on Sunday is going to be really good. But yeah, really proud moment for me, and not one that I expected either. Came as a nice surprise, so yeah, I'm just working my socks off really to get us up this season.
Well, good luck out there.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Well, a new era for Bristol City Women begins this afternoon in their brand new home, and a new division to attempt to conquer. We are live here at the Robbins High Performance Centre, along with the faithful City fans who can finally cheer their team on in the flesh after 18 months away. Lauren Smith is the new face for those fans, but for those who've been following this club for a while, they will know this is actually a return to Bristol City for Smith, who was a coach at the club when they were last promoted from the second division back in 2014. Can they bounce back at the first time of asking? Can history repeat itself under Lauren Smith? Well, to be honest, it'll be a long time before we can answer that question for certain, not until May at the latest. But we need that first win on the board to kick things off. Lewes are the opponents today, a team who know this division well now and will be confident they can pick up a result here. And here they come, the two teams led by captain Amy Palmer, who we've just heard from there. She's looking forward to playing in front of these fans. And they are lining up ready for kickoff now. So we're almost ready for kickoff. Let's remind ourselves of that Bristol City team today. Lauren Smith makes 3 changes to the team that played Crystal Palace last week. That thrilling 4-3, well, loss, I'm sad to say, but it was a thrilling game nonetheless. Flo Allen starts at full-back in a back 4. Simran Jamat will look to be creative, along with Ava Koiken in a midfield 3 that also contains Amy Palmer at the base of that midfield. Up front, it's a 3-pronged attack with Abby Harrison flanked by Jess Woolley and Aggie Beaver-Jones, making her full debut after scoring off the subs bench against Palace last weekend. Chloe O'Connor comes into the squad for the first time this season and takes her place on the bench, along with Sophie Whitehouse, Leah Cataldo, Naomi Lazell, Mel Johnson, Jasmine Bull, Maisie Collis, Izzy Cook and Fionn Morgan. Now, pleased to say that Gwen Davies has joined me here in the commentary position. Gwen, I know you'd be so happy to be out there right now in the sunshine, but we're set for a great afternoon of football here, aren't we?
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a great game. First one at the High Performance Centre at home, so yeah, really looking forward to it.
As the girls do their usual pre-match huddle here. I always wonder, as somebody who's never been lucky enough to play football and be in one of those sort of huddles, what are those final messages that get said here at this point?
Usually, you know, do what you can. We are not going to lose.
And I imagine not nearly as clean as that either, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're almost ready for kickoff then. Bristol City playing from right to left in this first half in that traditional red and white shorts. Lewes just doing their final preparations now. Lewes is preparing their first game of the season this week. No game played last week, so they've had an extended break. Interesting to see whether that's a bonus or not, as just wait for those final preparations to finish. And we'll talk about it during the game as well, Gwen, but only I think it's 5 or 6 players remain from last season. There's so many new faces in the squad, including yourself. We talked about it earlier on as well. It's going to take a bit of time to bed those new players in. What efforts has Lauren Smith gone to make sure those players get comfortable as soon as possible?
To be fair, like, it's just been really natural. Like, everyone's just come together, just getting on really well. And Lauren's, you know, she's really friendly, makes everyone welcome. So it's been really good. And
you're all similar ages as well, aren't you? So there's that.
Yeah, I think that definitely
helps. That's not
helps.
necessarily a barrier either, is it?
No, that really does help. And everyone's sort of on the same page, similar places in their career. So that, yeah, it's really good.
Well, we still wait for kickoff. The players changing sides now just to drag things out a little further. We're almost ready now. This almost feels, I mean, I said earlier that this game was, the last time we played, of course, was in pre-season. It finished 2-2. This almost feels like a pre-season game today, doesn't it? The heat is incredible. And when we did play in pre-season, it rained. So it's almost a flip reverse it, if you like, of this game.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a hot one.
Absolutely.
Good start, Bristol!
But we are ready for kickoff now. As the players take the knee. Ava Koiken and Amy Palmer over this one as we get things underway, and Amy Palmer spreads the ball out wide early on. Chested down well, it doesn't find a Bristol City foot though, and it's a chance for Lewes to break early on here. This is Amelia Hazard down the left-hand side for Lewes. Well seen though by Brooke Aspin, you'll see it out for a throw-in. Good defending from Aspin. Aspin, of course, from the academy. She's one of those younger players that's had to step up this season. I think Brooke's only 16, 17, something like that. Remarkable to be playing in this level at such a young age. Harrison battling to win the ball back. She might have given away a free kick here. Yes, she has. She doesn't mess around, Abby Harrison. Just overstretches the, goes over the line a little bit there as well, conceding a free kick. Ellie Hack over this one, and it'll be a long ball forward. And it comes now, which bit of work for Ella Powell to see this one out. She does do so. No, it's kept in the end, but it'll be a goal kick to Bristol City instead. Good defending that from Ella there. Gwen using her body well.
Yeah, she is strong. She's good at, guarding the ball.
Strong defending from the City fullback there. She controls the ball well too as City try and play it out from the back. That's a nice turn, and Powell is able to get away there. She wants a free kick, but referee doesn't give her one, and it'll be a throw-in now for Lewes. Top of your screen there, you'll be able to see those Bristol City fans back cheering on their team once again. It's been a very long 18 months. It's included 2 change of home grounds and a change of division as well. But at the end of the day, football is back, and it's still 11 versus 11. Lewes choosing to go long with that clearance. It's an easy one for Ella Powell to see out once again. Funnily enough, Ella Powell used to be a Lewes player a couple of seasons ago, so it's a bit of a familiar face for those players. Chooses to go long with this throw. Abby Harrison wants the throw in. She's got it. And Bristol City gain 20 yards or so. Now they're inside the Lewes half. Powell is underneath this one. She goes for that long throw again, looking for Harrison. Goes over Harrison's head, and Lewes clear. Powell, after a strong tackle from Amy Palmer. This is Woolley now, not many options. Has to flick it forwards, controlled well. On the edge of the box is Jamatu, shoots, and that will spin away past Saunders in the Lewes goal. But good early pressure, and first chance of the game, you have to say there, Gwen, goes to Bristol City.
Yep, definitely. I think Sim will be looking for one of those goals,
It's quick build-up play, isn't it? Really quick passing that led to that, and I think Lewes not necessarily panicked, but they were under pressure, weren't they?
Yeah.
Headed out for a throw into Lewes. Should be taken by Sophie O'Rourke. Long, Amy Palmer's underneath this one. Controls well with her head, but City do lose possession on the edge of their own box. Defending to do for Flo Allen, she does it well. Flo, one of those few Bristol City players that retained their place, or chose to retain their place in the squad this season. throw is long, controlled in the box by Boswell. More great defending there from Brooke Aspin, using her body well, and clears it long. Just under 5 minutes gone here. City 0, Lewes 0. At this point, no team, Gwen, has really had the ascendancy so far. It's a bit of a feeling out period, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a bit frantic at the moment. They just need to get the ball down and play good football.
Somebody just needs to take control of this one if they can.
Yeah.
Another throw into Lewes. Towards Boswell again, but Palmer wins the header. And Aspin will clear it away with her right foot. Only as far as a Lewes player, but good pressure again from that City midfield has pushed Lewes all the way back, and the ball should go out for a throw in here. No, it's just about kept in. Really great defending there. But the referee, oh wow, the referee and the linesman together did see that to go out the field of play. It looked to me from where we were that the ball had been kept in there, but referee's assistant chooses to give a throw into Bristol City, and that just eases some of the pressure, I think. Fran Bentley goes long. This one, Abby Harrison's got to do well to keep the ball in play. She does so. Goes long. City player underneath this one. Bit of communication needed, and eventually it does pop out to a Bristol City defender. On Abby Harrison, actually, Gwen. I mean, we've said it's hot for us, sat here in the stands, and it's going to be hard work for those players down there on the field. But Abby Harrison, she will not stop running.
No, she will do everything to get that goal. She has the work rate. Oh, so it's amazing.
she does not stop working, and Lewes think that they've worked well to get a corner there, but the referee disagrees. It'll be a goal kick to Bristol City. Dangerous attack there over on the far side, down the right-hand side for Lewes. Seen out for a goal kick. Yeah, Abby is going to be the hardest working player in this Bristol City team, you feel. She will do all that running in that front three, and she'll wait patiently as well for her opportunity as City just try and get the ball out of their back four at the moment. Headed away. Throw-in taken, controlled well by Jamat, goes back to Powell. Powell does really well. Does she get taken out unfairly? No, the referee waves play on. The referee deciding to let a lot go so far in this first 7 or 8 minutes. There's a point now where somebody's lost the ball, so we're still waiting for that throw-in to be taken. City, the last game of this championship game week. Everybody else has already kicked off, of course, and we'll bring you those scores when we get them as well. Early days, of course, but are there any other teams in the championship that City should be keeping an eye on? I think City will be quite a strong team in this division, but there are quite a few other strong teams as well, aren't there?
Yeah, I don't know, I think this is all to play for, and usually teams that you maybe think will be an easy win or, you know, be stronger than you think, but I think Liverpool will be out to do really well this season, so I think they're ones to watch for definite.
Absolutely. Almost, there are so many similarities between men's and women's football, let alone the championship. It's hard to predict in the championship, like you say, who's going to do well, who's going to do badly. As it is, we have our first corner of the game, which Lewes will take over on the far side. The first bit of defending for City to do from a set piece. There's 4 up for Lewes here. Plenty of red shirts back as well. Here comes the first test, and it comes now towards the back post. Underneath that one is Fran Bentley, who punches that one clear. Really good work from the City goalkeeper. Powell will try and skip past the challenge, and another one if she can. She does well to maintain possession of the ball here, Powell. Excellent work from City's number 2. Here's a chance for Jess Woolley to run. Jess Woolley charging forward, skips past one, gets it round the corner, eventually cleared by a Lewes player. Lewes didn't commit so many men forward that the break perhaps wasn't on for Bristol City there. But they do have possession. Jamat under pressure, chooses a first-time pass. Back to Aspin. Now Allen. Cross to Beaver Jones, looks for the 1-2, doesn't get it. Beaver Jones does well to win the ball back though, really strong tackle. Back to Palmer, goes forward, controlled by Harrison. Koikin. Palmer again. City just waiting for that opportunity to strike. Who can unlock the door to this Lewes defence? Nice turn from Koikin, trying to play in Jamat. Referee will bring that one back for a free kick to Bristol City. But again, City starting to build in confidence now, Gwen.
Yeah, I think they just need to remain patient, and they will finally get that goal they deserve.
It's almost, this could be an opportunity here. This is probably too far out for Amy Palmer to shoot, right? I mean, you've seen her in training.
I'm not sure. She'll give it a go.
She really would, but there's 4 in the box. Should she need to cross it in? Jamat. Palmer stood over this one. Palmer plays it short to Koikin. Koikin trying to get the angle to get that ball into the box. Beaver Jones loses possession though. This is a chance for Lewes to break. Strong tackle once again from a City defender. Koikin plays in Abby Harrison. What can Harrison do here? She wants to get the ball into the box if she can. In comes that cross now. Punched away by Saunders. But still City come. The second wave led by Palmer. Eventually she loses her footing though. And City recover possession. Woolley. Powell wants the ball. She gets it back. Back to Jamat. Woolley, here comes the cross now. Is it a good cross? Well, it's found Abby Harrison at the back post. An overlapping run now from Flo Allen. Crossed in, saved well by Saunders. City building pressure nicely. I feel, was that a cross or a shot from Flo Allen there? It's hard to tell. She might tell you it was a cross. But again, though, if the delivery's better, City are in there, aren't they?
Yes.
Lewes have possession. Spraying the ball out wide. Flo Allen has to cover. Chasing down Paula Howells. Howells has it back. Crossed, blocked by Flo Allen. Second corner of the game for City to defend. You can see Satara Murray down there, patrolling that penalty spot. As we wait for that corner kick to take place. In it comes now towards the back post, headed away again by a City head. I think that was Amy Palmer there, out for a throw-in. As I mentioned, this is the last game of the day in the Championship. Elsewhere, Sheffield United beating Durham 2-0. Crystal Palace losing this weekend to London City. Charlton and Coventry are drawing 1-1, and Sunderland, another team that you can expect to be pushing the top places of the Championship, they're beating Blackburn 2-0. Just under 15 minutes played here on Robins TV. Free on Robins TV today, of course. We're live on YouTube and Facebook as well. Thank you for joining us for today's match. Big shouts there to get the ball away from the Lewes players. They're not enjoying this City pressure here, the pressing from Bristol City, but the ball has finally found a way through, but an offside flag has gone up against Paula Howells. Flo Allen will take. I think that's a strong point with this City team, isn't it? That the pressing, they're not giving Lewes much time on the ball at all, on any point of the field really, as Palmer now has a chance to charge forward. Not many options ahead of her. Goes across to Powell. Woolley. Nice ball to find Koiken. Didn't find Jess Woolley on that occasion. City have possession. Strong challenge there. Referee waves play on once again. Paula Howells, she'll run at Flo Allen if she can, on her left foot. 30 yards out. Crosses towards Palmer, that Palmer can just nod that one back to Fran Bentley. Or ain't nobody like Fran Bentley, if I should give her her full name that these City fans have coined, of course. Back to Izzy Dalton. Jess Woolley does well to win possession. It'll go out for a throw-in, but a good block from the youngster. Jess Woolley, so good to see her in a City shirt. She's been out for so long with an injury. Cross blocked by Satara Murray, still on the edge of the box, still defending for City to do, but the offside flag does go up now against Umutong. That's somebody we haven't talked about yet, actually, Gwen. Iniobasi Umutong, who was called offside there. She scores a lot of goals, doesn't she? She will be a threat for Lewes.
Yeah, I think we'll have it covered, though. You know, we've done our research. You know what we're working with, so.
I think Satara Murray will have a good afternoon playing against her. She's treating her like her shadow at the moment.
Yeah.
Not giving her any time on the ball whatsoever. But yeah, the battle between those two should be good. So in this game, so far they've dealt with it, as you say, well, this City defence. Throw into City. You're watching this game live from the Robbins High Performance Centre. Finished this summer, completed of course this summer. The new home of Bristol City Men, Bristol City Women and the under-23s too. But this is the, I'm going to say, the first time I've seen it this full. It's brilliant to see so many fans here. Normally, of course, this is the training centre for all of those teams. Never normally as busy as this, but they're seeing a good afternoon of football so far as City try and press forward. There's a poor pass in the end from Woolley, trying to play through Koiken, and there's that work from Satara Murray. Little nudge in the back against Umutong. And City have the chance to break. Beaver Jones skips past a few challenges. The pass just takes a deflection. But Simran Jamat still has it. Powell. Chipped pass towards Abby Harrison. Cleared away. And Lewes are able to take a breather. Ball over the far side. The challenge is won. Oh, but a slip from Brooke Aspin. She has to do it again, and she does so. Brooke Aspin at the double with those challenges. Just under 20 minutes gone here. City 0, Lewes 0. Umatong has won the ball back. No sign of Satara Murray this time. Aspin has to do some more defending. Tell you what, Brooke Aspin's tackle stats at the end of this game are going to be pretty high, aren't they? Certainly the tackle percentage as well. She's doing really well, keeping this Lewes attack quiet. So Sophie O'Rourke with this throw on the left-hand side. Keeps the ball in play, but City win the ball back with Beaver Jones. Tries to see the ball out, but Lewes is still under pressure here. Trying to play football, but City won't let them. Woolley goes all the way back to her goalkeeper. Powell. Back to Bentley. Aspin with a nice pass to find Koiken. Koiken goes long but headed away. Howells with room to run here. Might she get a shot off? She does. Blocked by Aspin. Still not away yet though. O'Rourke with an overlapping run. Nice pass. Can she get a cross in? She does. Towards the centre. Cleared away. Here come Lewes again. Blocked again. Defending for City to do here, but they do so well. Time for Lewes to get the ball forward. And it runs out of play. Gwen, we made the point, 10 minutes ago. I think it still stands. Still, nobody really is able to get a foothold in this game. There's been a few chances for both sides, hasn't there?
Yeah, I think we really need to remain composed and just try and get a grip of the game. I think we're a bit rushing a bit at times.
And, well, this is somebody who might be able to get a bit of control here. Abby Harrison powers that ball forward. Loses a bit of control over it, but it does find its intended target in the end. And here goes Flo Allen. Can she keep the ball in play? She can. On her right foot, goes inside. Back onto her left. Can she keep going, Flo Allen? She does. Blocked in the end. And City still waiting for that clear-cut chance. They can really test Tatiana Saunders. Jamat on the edge of the box. Has a go with her right foot. That'll bounce clear. Gets a round of applause from the City fans here as we see it again. Good effort this, Gwen.
Yeah, good effort. Just need to keep going and maybe, be a bit more creative around the final third.
There's almost that element, isn't there, of just try and get a shot off. It's been so, it's been a little while since you had a chance to test Saunders in the Lewes goal, so why not have a go? Jamat does have those in her locker, of course. One of the higher profile signings, I think, of Lauren Smith's signings this year. The first British South Asian player for Bristol City ever. She's made a bit of history as well. Woolley with a first-time pass. Can Jamat keep this one in? Well, she puts the defender under so much pressure that they have to concede a corner. Lewes defender did not enjoy that pressure at all there. Wanted a free kick. Conceded a corner instead. Now this is an opportunity for Bristol City here, Gwen.
Yeah, this is something we do practice, so.
Taken short. Koiken towards the back post. It's a looping ball. 3 City players underneath it. Abby Harrison wants another corner. I don't think she's going to get it. See it here, looping towards the back post. Oh, there were 3 City players underneath that one. Is that just a bit of miscommunication there, I think, Gwen?
Yeah, I feel we can do better than that.
Yeah, that one wasn't worked on the training ground. However, halfway through here, this first 45 minutes, 0-0, a game City have had maybe more control of, but no real chances to speak of yet. But Koiken has been lively, and so has Jess Woolley. She's got players wide if she needs it. It's a good challenge. Here come Lewes now. Loads of room to run. Tries to play a ball through, but intercepted by Powell. But in doing so, nearly sprays the ball out wide to Howells. Throw into Lewes. Lewes, of course, not one of football's most historic names, of course, in football, but they are a team who have been at this division for a few years now, and they've got a chance to shoot, cleared away by Satara Murray, who can run this one clear. But yeah, as I say, they're a team that has played at this level for a few years now, and in fact have Judy Murray as one of their shareholders in the club. Yes, that Judy Murray, the one on Soccer Aid last night. Chance for Umatong to get the shot off and scores! And finally, Umatong was able to break clear. She controlled it, it bounced once, and she powers it past Fran Bentley in the Bristol City goal. And she finally managed to get away from the City defenders here, just lets it bounce and fires it past Fran Bentley. And Lewes take the lead. And Gwen, we did mention that Umatong, you had to keep her quiet. She didn't have to give her any chances, and finally she was able to get one. It's a good finish, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good finish. I think it's a bit disappointing because obviously Brooke slipped, but, you know, it's all to play for now.
Here's Brooke Aspin, who's defended so well, does just slip there, doesn't she? Almost comes out of nothing, really. I mean, City had control, and then out of nowhere, Lewes take the lead, and credit to them. Brilliant finish from Umatong there. So City have to come from behind. They found themselves in this position last week, of course. Not nearly as early as last week. But they will have to come from behind to get something from this game. Koiken taken down unfairly, yes. And City will have the free kick. Koiken plays a nice ball forward to Jamat, who's in an advanced position. Jamat's on the edge of the box. Can she get the pass off? She can, but there's nobody on the end of it. I think Beaver Jones again there slipped at just the inopportune moment, and Lewes are able to recover. Launched clear by Tatiana Saunders. Umatong doing battle once again and taken down by Aspin. Oh, it might be a long afternoon, you know, for those two central defenders for Bristol City. Discussion going on there, this free kick. Central, but that's that 35, 40 yards out, maybe. Tough one, this. It's hard, these free kicks, aren't they, Gwen? Because they're so central, it's almost too far to shoot, but almost too central to get a decent cross into the box.
Yeah, these are really difficult ones. You know, you have to be good decision making to know what's right to do.
Izzy Dalton is over it. There's 3 over on the far side. She decides to go more central. It bounces into Fran Bentley's arms. And that's why they're so difficult, those free kicks. It's hard to know what to do. Abby Harrison picks the ball up from Bentley. Nice from Flo Allen through the legs. Decides to go forward to Jamat, and the ball just wins the race there, and Lewes maintain possession. Breaking forward is Rianne Cleverly. Ball forward now, Allen has defending to do. She does so initially, but here comes Hazard. Howells with a cross in towards the back post. It will go over everybody's head. It should go out for a goal kick, and it does so. What will going behind do here now, Gwen, do you think? Does this change Lauren Smith's plans at all, or will they keep with what they've been doing?
I think they'll stick to what they're doing, but just be, you know, more ruthless and ensure we get that win at the end, hopefully.
Yeah, perseverance is the key here. City have got goals in them, of course. We spoke about that before. Kickoff. Scored 3 against Palace last weekend. Headed on. Jamat does well with the first time pass. Almost finds Beaver Jones, and does eventually when Beaver Jones wins the ball back. Palmer wins the ball and plays it forward. Back to Palmer, who's ahead of her. Well, Abby Harrison is. She flicked it on, looking for that run of Jamat, and is unlucky not to find it. Launched clear. Hazard goes long. That's going to be too long for Umatong. Powell passes forward. City still trying to find a way through at the moment. It's maybe just that final pass that's lacking. Goalkeeper's under pressure. Has to just get rid of it. Might turn out to be quite a good ball. Howells is chasing Flo Allen down. And Allen holds it up well. Oh, and Howells might have stayed down there. We play on for the moment. Aspin running forward, finding Palmer. That controlling force in the middle for City. Everything goes through Palmer first. As she gets the ball once again. Nice turn inside. Harrison tries to keep the ball in for Powell, but it won't fall kindly for it. Ball long. Back to Murray. We should go back to her goalkeeper here, who's under pressure, and Bentley does get it away in the end. Not quite far enough, though. Might bounce out for a throw into Lewes. Those Lewes coaches down there want the throw in. They've got it. That one's not going to stay in play. Throw into Bristol City. Woolley, long ball over the top, looking for Jamat. Can she get it under control? She can't. It will bounce clear all the way back to Saunders. But here comes City again, led by Beaver Jones this time. She's got a player out wide, which is Harrison. Can she get a good cross in? Well, not quite is the answer to that. Harrison, really more of a central striker. She want to be in the end of the crosses rather than at the beginning of them. The meeting going on there between the Lewes defenders over this goal kick. Saunders does take it now. Long, headed clear by Flo Allen. Sophie O'Rourke will take this one. Right in front of the camera position. Blocked well by Koiken. Just over 10 minutes to go here on Robins TV. Thank you again for joining us for this game here at the High Performance Centre. You see at the top of your picture, actually, the work here at the Performance Centre isn't even done yet. There's still more to come. The facility looks impressive now. Still little bits always being done here to make it better. What can City do to improve themselves all the time? And that includes the Performance Centre. Here come Lewes charging forward. Won by a City player though, and Beaver Jones just clears that one long. O'Rourke takes it. Player goes down. Seems a little harsh to give that one against Jess Woolley. That's why we wanted to play on with the throw in here, but it's actually a free kick to Lewes. Anything in that for you, Gwen? It seemed a little harsh. She was just using her body and
yeah, I don't think that was really the right decision.
Yeah, harsh that against Jess. Mentioned earlier, she's missed nearly 2 years of football, or 2 seasons of football with an injury. I don't blame her really for being over-eager there to just get things going again. She just wants to play. Dalton going long over Aspin's head. Satara Murray there, though, is there to help her centre-back partner out. It's a long one for Jamat to chase. And Saunders picks it up. Intercepted well, and is this a chance for City as we get towards half-time now? Charging forward is Beaver Jones, overlapping run from Koiken. Instead, the ball is defended once again and won by a Lewes midfielder. Just lacking a bit of killer instinct here, Bristol City. Winning the ball back well, but it's that final pass lacking at the moment. Trailing 1-0 to an Umatong goal. Palmer with a strong pass out to Woolley, which won't find its intended target. Ball won in the air by Allen. Palmer at the base of that midfield decides to go forwards. Always looking forwards, Palmer. Jamat, now Woolley. Keeps the ball in play. First time cross is a low one, blocked and eventually cleared. Frida Ayisi with a strong pass out wide. City win the ball back. Abby Harrison has time to turn. Pass out wide to Powell, and the ball wins this race. The intention is there from City, isn't it? The intention and the pressing and the forward passing is great. And do you think what I said earlier about that killer instinct, is that what's just missing at the moment?
Yeah, I think we've got the right ideas. It's just, executing them. But, they just need that composure.
And that will come with time with this City team. I think that's what is needed, of course. It's just a little bit of time for everyone to gel. We mentioned it earlier. If you're just joining us, this is Gwen Davies joining us on Robins TV. And Gwen, you haven't even trained with this team yet. There's so many new faces.
No, it's injury, right?
Yeah, I know. We'll talk about that very shortly, because Frida Ayisi is charging forward now and passes another ball out wide. Good passer of the ball, Ayisi, and it finds its target. The ball is kept in well by Paula Howells. Allen for company, can't sort her feet out. Howells with a cross into the box, which Fran Bentley will fall on top of. Now it does give us a moment to ask about your injury. How are you getting on? Are you any closer to coming back?
Yeah, I think it's a few weeks and I'll be back. So hopefully can then push on and get in the team.
Excellent. The stronger the team, the better, of course. Allen takes the throw. 5 minutes to go until half-time. Allen goes down under a challenge, wants the free kick, does eventually get it. Only after she pleaded her case. Palmer starts it quickly. Finding Koikun, who's got a bit of time to turn, look up and curl a ball out to Powell. Somebody needs to touch it. Abby Harrison does so, goes down. The referee waves play on. Sprayed out by Abby Harrison. Oh, and the ball just evades the outstretched foot of Jess Woolley. Just skidded away from her on the turf there, didn't it? Can City get an opportunity in this first half, what's left of this first half, and perhaps go in equal with Lewes? Trailing 1-0, of course. Palmer does battle again. Lewes happy to just clear it as far as Aspin, but her touch lets her down. Now this is a chance for Lewes to charge forward again. This is Hazard with Umatong trying her best to stay on side. She hasn't done so though. The pass just took so long to get to her. She looks away in disgust. She tried her best to stay on side. Hazard had so much time there to pass the ball out wide, Gwen. I think Umatong is just so frustrated. The break just broke down for Lewes.
That is frustrating as a player, but good for us.
It is good for us. You're absolutely right. Long ball forward. It's an adventurous one, I think it's fair to say, from... That was Palmer there. Tatiana Saunders taking her time over this one. Header from Aspin is really good. Finds Abby Harrison at 30 yards out, has to go back to Palmer. Aspin has it again. Allen, Woolley keeps the ball in play. Pass is intercepted again though. And again, it's Hazard charging forward. Can she play the pass early this time? She does to Howells. Howells' cross is a tired one. I think Howells lost a bit of steam there, charging forward. She has done it all half. The cross just lets her down. Abby Harrison dropping deep and wants the pass back again. She'll get it. Powell. Oh, the pass just evading the foot of Simran Jamaat, and I think that's a fair way to describe that first half. The pass just missing a Bristol City foot. It's certainly been frustrating. Throw-in taken. Cleared away long. Umatong is onside this time, and this spells danger for Bristol City. There's no one with her, though. So Tara Murray just gets there first to clear it away. And I think that was Umatong there just calling for somebody to get into the box. There was nobody there for her to play a pass into. But I think when every time Umatong gets the ball, it gives me a bit of fear for what Lewes are about to do. City have dealt with her well so far in the first half, despite the goal, obviously.
Yeah, I honestly think we're doing really well. You know, Sats has got her in her pocket.
Yeah, but all she needs is one opportunity, and that was all it needed earlier on for her to take the lead for Lewes. Five in the box for Lewes, and it comes now towards the front post, bouncing around in there. Eventually finds Powell, who just passes it to a Lewes player, and another chance for Lewes to get the ball into the box, but Powell recovers well. throw-in taken. Powell there once again doing battle with Umatong and wins a throw-in. Really good work from the fullback there. Can City get one opportunity in this half? As we count down the seconds, there's going to be 1 minute added on. So not much time to do it, and the ball is where Lewes want it to be. As far away from their goal as possible, and it might even be a chance for them to get another one. So Tara Murray's got work to do to chase this one back. She might have conceded at least a corner. Yes, it is going to be a corner. Oh no, it's going to be a goal kick. Well, that's caught me by surprise. I thought for sure Tara Murray had won the tackle there, but in doing so conceded a corner. But a goal kick for Bristol City. Oh, Aspin's pass. Aspin, who's been so strong in this first half. Pass lets her down this time. 15 seconds or so left in the first half. Umatong controls the ball on the touchline, goes down under a challenge, wins a free kick. Do we have time for the free kick is the question. We're over the allotted 1 minute added time. But it looks like the referee might let Lewes just take this one and launch it into the box. So this will be the final act of the first half then. This looks like a set play here. Cross in towards the box. A Bristol City head underneath it. Now it goes all the way back to Ayisi on the edge of the box and turns really well. Can she get a shot off here? It's a cross blocked by the City goalkeeper Fran Bentley and eventually cleared away for, well, that will be the final act of that first half. A great opportunity for Lewes to double their advantage, but Jess Woolley hoiks that one away and out, and City survive. And Gwen, as we wrap up this first half, I think probably frustrating is the word I would describe that first half for City. A half they've, I think, probably had the better of, but go in 1-0 down.
Yeah, I think, you know, the goal is a bit of against the run of play, but I'm confident the girls will come back out, you know, stronger than ever, get that win. Lauren
Smith just approaching the, well, leaving the dugouts, approaching the tunnel now. You see her at the bottom of your screen. Work to be done and words to be said for her at half-time. The half-time score here is Bristol City 0, Lewes 1.
We heard the UK's yoghurt-loving superfans wanted something super thick and homegrown. A yoghurt that's high in protein, low in fat, and naturally low in sugar. Fit for breakfast, lunch, and everything in between. But such a thing didn't exist. So we made our own. Yo Valley Super Thick, lovingly made on home soil.
Paul Archer here from the Nexus Group. Hopefully by now you recognise our logo on the back of the lads' shorts. As a City fan and a Bristol businessman, I want to help as many companies as I can with their recruitment needs, especially as we come out of this awful pandemic and lockdown. And for any customer, new or old, that puts an order in with us before now and the beginning of next season, we'll put you in a draw to win a VIP matchday experience as guests of me and the Nexus team.
Welcome back to Robins TV, where it is absolutely scorching here at the Robins High Performance Centre. Unfortunately, City are going into the break 1-0 down. Gwen, we talked about it then, a frustrating first half for Bristol City, but plenty of positives to take from that half, I think.
Yeah, I think definitely we've been creative, we have the right ideas, it's just the execution we need to work on.
Absolutely, they have been creative in that half. We'll have a look now at some of the incidents from that first half, and the first one I think is Simran's long shot, and this is the first chance City had. Take us through this one here. It's almost just a little bit too far out, isn't it, really?
Yeah, it's quite a distance, but you know, you've got to test the keeper, see what she's about, so I think it's the right idea.
Yeah, absolutely. They've had plenty of chances, a couple of corners as well. We'll have a look now at this one. It was a short corner taken, yeah, just describe the action for us here, Gwen.
So it's a back post, 3 players there. We really should have done better, but it's positive, we're getting in the right positions, so hopefully we can have another opportunity in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just a little bit of miscommunication, wasn't it, at the vital moments, but frustrating. And then, sadly, Lewes took the lead, of course, through Umatong, and we'll see that goal here. And Brooke Aspin, she did so well in that first half, and just the ill-opportune moment she slips, doesn't she?
Yeah, that's just one of those unlucky things as a player, but can't be helped.
I really feel if she was on her feet, she'd have got back to that. She's been so well in this first half, hasn't she?
Yeah, I think it was obviously a good strike, but if Brooke was on her feet, wouldn't have happened.
Absolutely. And now the final chance of that first half, which we'll see now, of course, on your screens. Just take us through what happened here. This was the final shot of that first half, I think.
Yeah.
It's a good effort. It's a really good effort. And City were just holding on with seconds left in the first half, wasn't there?
I think, yeah, we were lucky to come away from that without conceding, but they obviously practice it and are strong, so.
Yeah. Now, we're hoping that hopefully Ed, the director, has found the wave ad. After the wave ad, we're going to be speaking to the chairperson of the board. He hasn't found it. He hasn't found it. Right, what we'll have to do then is a quick swap. So if you put your microphone down there, and then I'm pleased to say, Mr. Gavin Marshall, the chairperson of the board, is walking across the camera there. Welcome, Mr. Gavin Marshall, to Robins TV.
Hi, Dan.
Thank you very much for being here today. Have you enjoyed yourself so far, is my first question.
Yeah, obviously a bit disappointing. We're 1-0 down at half time, but one of the facets of our pre-season game and the game last week is we've come back in the second half stronger and come back. So I'm sure second half the guys are going to come back and look to get back on level terms. So
fingers crossed. Now, chairperson of the board, you joined, well, you've been at City for a long time, you've moved up to be chairperson of the board. Firstly, tell us about that role.
Yeah, well, I think really the main thing in that role is just to lead the board and to try and give the girls every possible chance really of success. So I think we're clear in our vision. Our vision is to have a first team, a successful squad that's based on a core of homegrown talent. It was obviously quite a reset button for us with relegation end of the season, and we only had 2 players contracted for next season, so it's been a massive rebuild job this summer. But we're really happy with the squad that we built for the summer and the staff. So yeah. Yeah,
and obviously you were a part of the recruitment of Lauren Smith as well. What were the qualities that she has that made her fit the role for this job?
Okay, well, we knew Lauren. Lauren was here for 7 years. In a variety of roles. Starting the under-14s coach and managed the academy and was assistant manager when she left. And we're very aware of Lauren's qualities. She's a great person. She's great at developing players. She's got the link. A lot of the players that she coached are still in the squad now, and I think she's the right person to take us forward with our vision of having having a first team squad based on sort of homegrown talent, and it's so important for us that we've got that player pathway. We've always been successful at successfully sort of bringing players through the RTC and the academy, and yeah, hopefully that will continue in the future.
Now, there are so many fans here around us at the moment, all around where we are stood here at the High Performance Centre. What they'd like to know is what the plans are for the club going forward. Obviously, this place is fantastic. That's such a great base for City now. What are the plans for City going forward?
Yeah, well, as I say, we've had a real rebuild. We've had to do a real rebuild in the summer, and it's been so important to us that we've got the staff right, and we've built, as I said, the playing squad in line with our strategy of having a squad based on homegrown talent. We're looking at it very much as sort of a 3-year plan, really, in terms of going forward. The team out there are very young. Our average age of the starting 11 today is 20. And we recognise there's going to be ups and downs. It's going to be a journey through the season, and it's very much a new team. But we're very much looking long term. We're very fortunate to have this fantastic facility to play. And be back in Bristol, which is something that we're really excited about. And it's amazing having over 500 people here today, to support us. And that's important. That say it's a great place to watch football, and we're looking to build on that through the season.
And speaking of City fans, which I mentioned earlier, how great is it to have them here today? They've been making some noise, haven't they?
Yeah, they've been great, and hopefully in the second half we give them a bit more reason to cheer the team. But it's a great atmosphere here, they're making a lot of noise, and they're getting right behind the team. So.
We mentioned there about the 3-year plan. Obviously last season it didn't go well. You are in the Championship now, but it does give the chance for the club to reset a bit, doesn't it? And start again almost.
Yeah, it does give us that opportunity in the Championship to blood those players who've come through our academy. We've got, for the matchday squad today, we've got 9 players who are in the academy or have come through our academy pathway. So that's something that we're really happy about, really excited about, and. No doubt we've got a better chance of blooding those players in the Championship than in the WSL. Long term we want to get back to the WSL. It's a fantastic league. It's probably the best league in the world, and it's getting lots of great coverage at the moment, and rightly so. And we want to get back there. But I think we're looking at it more long term, rebuilding the club, and looking at it more on a 3-year plan really to try and get back in.
Interestingly enough, we're playing Lewes today, and their men's team and their women's team are on an equal footing, in so many different ways. I'm not talking pay or anything like that. We won't go too harsh. This is Robin's TV and we're on YouTube. But what I'm talking about is aligning City and the City men and the women's football, bringing them closer together. It must be key for you.
Yeah, it's absolutely key as part of our strategy. And we know we can do better. We know we can do better in terms of aligning the teams. And we've made a number of steps this summer to align the men's and the women's teams better. And today's great. We've got an awful lot of support here throughout the summer from the men's team. We've got Nigel Pearson here today. We've got Richard Gould here today cheering on the team. So, and with the girls playing here and training here as well, that's only going to increase the bond and the alignment between the men and women's teams, which is so important.
Excellent. Now, let's talk about that second half then. I'll get your opinion as well. Can Lauren Smith and the team turn this one around and pick up 3 points today?
Well, as I say, it's been a common theme throughout pre-season and the game so far that we've really come on strong in the second half. We're a very young team, very fit team. Sunday, we got back from 4-1 to 4-3 and really, we were really pressing for that equalizer. And as I say, when we played at Lewes pre-season, we were 2-0 down and we came back to 2-2, had a goal disallowed. So, there's a great spirit within the team, great fitness and conditioning. And, it's a hot day today, but I'm sure they're going to come back stronger in the second half and get back in the game.
Yeah, you're right. You've gone short sleeves. That was a smart move. I've gone for a full shirt today. That was not smart, I tell you. But finally, I just want to ask about the Championship as a whole. There's a full programme nearly today of games. Yeah. The Championship is such a strong league, isn't it? Really, anybody can beat anybody. We're going to see some goals this season.
Well, we definitely saw that last season. Last week rather. In the opening weekend. Arguably, at least 4 of those 6 results were shock results. Some of the much tipped teams, tripped up last week, which really does show anyone can beat anyone. It's such a strong league. there's no weak teams, and and I think we expect to be competitive every week. We were competitive last week. We didn't quite get the result, and as I say, it's a young team. They're gonna make mistakes. It's going to be a bit of a roller coaster this season, but I think it'll be a great journey, and the team will only get stronger. I say we've got a new coaching team. A lot of these players obviously haven't played together. There's very few of them were here last season. So, but they, Lauren's done a great job in the team this year. Of there's a great spirit amongst the team, and I think it'll be a great season.
I hope so. I hope you're right, Mr. Gavin Marshall, chairperson of the board for the Bristol City Women. Thank you so much for being on Robins TV with us today. Right, second half action on the way very shortly after this.
We heard the UK's yoghurt-loving superfans wanted something super thick and homegrown. A yoghurt that's high in protein, low in fat, and naturally low in sugar. Fit for breakfast, lunch, and everything in between. But such a thing didn't exist. So we made our own. Yo Valley Super Thick, lovingly made on home soil.
Paul Archer here from the Nexus Group. Hopefully by now you recognise our logo on the back of the lads' shorts. As a City fan and a Bristol businessman, I want to help as many companies as I can with their recruitment needs, especially as we come out of this awful pandemic and lockdown. And for any customer, new or old, that puts an order in with us before now and the beginning of next season, we'll put you in a draw to win a VIP matchday experience as guests of me and the Nexus team.
Well, welcome back to the Robins High Performance Centre then. Work to be done for the Bristol City Women, of course. But 45 minutes to go there in this second half. I hope you enjoyed the chat with chairperson Gavin Marshall there at half-time. So good to have him in that role in the club and hopefully answer a few of the questions you had about Bristol City Women and the future of this club, now that they're playing here at the Robins High Performance Centre. Doesn't look like any changes for the second half, at least on the Bristol City side, as we wait for the final Lewes player to emerge from the tunnel and out for the second 45. I am alone in the commentary box at the moment. Gwen Davies has left me to go and put on some shorts. It's that hot that she's had to go and change, and she's only sat here with me in the commentary position. So goodness knows what it's like for those players playing out there. It really feels like we should be in July at the moment. There really is no shade here either. Up in Abbottsley, where we are at the moment. Gwen rejoins me now. Feeling better, Gwen?
Yes, definitely.
I've just told everyone you went to go and put on some shorts. It's hot, isn't it? It is hot. We'll let you off.
It's boiling.
Right, we're almost ready for the second half. Both sets of players waiting for Gwen Davies to rejoin me here in the commentary box before getting things started once again. So, Frida IEC looks to go long, has a second bite of it, and eventually does get the ball out towards Umatong. Time for Bentley to pass the ball out calmly to Ella Powell, or try and get round a Lewes player if she can. She can. She's still got 2 for company. Nice work from Ella Powell. Ball forward is a bit strong, looking for the run of Simran Jamat. Nice idea, though. I think in this second half, Gwen, City have got to try those sort of things, haven't they? They're chasing this game now, so they've got to be a bit more adventurous.
Yeah, we really have to push forward and get some shots on target and, you know, stop pressuring the back line.
Powell wins the header. Koiken, forward pass towards Abby Harrison, who will hold the ball up. Back to Koiken now, but it's asking a lot. This is Palmer. Out to Powell, who's really impressed me so far in this game. In fact, both full-backs look strong, and that's a really nice pass towards Beaver Jones. Jones charging towards the penalty box, and now eventually does find her way inside. Can she get a shot off? She does. It's blocked, though. A slightly weaker effort, that, from Aggie Beaver Jones. The loan signing from Chelsea. And she's on the ball again now. Harrison ahead of her. That's an adventurous pass again. Harrison won't thank her for that. In the earlier games today, results for Sunderland and London City mean they're the only 2 teams with a 100% record in this division. London City beating Crystal Palace 2-1. And Sunderland 2-0 victors over Blackburn Rovers. Ball forward, Satara Murray will control, finding Amy Palmer, who manages to get round the corner. Almost escapes the challenge there, but the ball bounces kindly. Powell. First mistake from her. Frida IEC finds the gap that Ella Powell has left behind in a cross now towards Umatong in the box. It will escape her the first time. She might have to turn back. Does so. Still an opportunity for Lewes on the edge of the box. Will she have a go here? No, Amy Palmer's there to clear up. Really good work from City's captain. And Jamat with loads of room to run here. The game just starting to open up a little bit. Jamat with Jess Woolley, and a chance now for Woolley to get a cross in if she can. On her right foot, gets the cross in now, but Saunders will pluck that one out of the sky ahead of Abby Harrison. First chance of the second half though, Gwen, for Bristol City. It's a decent break, that.
Yeah, we're doing the right things, you know, just got to be patient, it'll come in time.
You have to feel City will be rewarded at some point with a couple of efforts in this second half for all their possession. As it is, though, Lewes are doing well to make the most of their chances. In comes a cross now, which Murray will head back to the crosser, which is Callie Balfour. We wait for that throw now. On the far side, which Umatong will control under pressure, but does really well to get the pass off still towards Balfour. IEC does well to control as well, but the pass is intercepted. Beaver Jones. Jamat Overlapping run from Beaver Jones. Doesn't quite manage to get away though. Be a throw in to Bristol City. Powell will take it. 5 minutes gone of this second half. So Tara Murray is there to clean up. Palmer. Up to Powell. Powell charging forward, loads of room to run. Jamat's alongside her as well if she needs it. Does find her. The pass is behind Jamat though. And goes out for a throw-in. Jamat. Palmer, Koiken. Jess Woolley's touch is almost played off beautifully there. But here come Lewis with Balfour. Skips past one. It's a 1-2 with Umatong. Can Balfour get a shot away here? She can. That's a simple save for Bentley in the Bristol City goal. Nice build-up play from Lewis. I think Gwen, she could have almost afforded to go a little bit further into the box there rather than shooting from so far out.
Yeah, I think she'd taken that extra step and may have been a different picture for Bristol, but she didn't.
Which is a good thing. So Jamat though with a nice through ball. This is a chance for Aggie. Beaver Jones cuts onto her right foot and can't pull the trigger. Lewis come back and clean up the mess, and that's going to be a foul against Ella Powell. And again, a similar story there. Could Aggie Beaver Jones go a little bit closer than that and try on her left foot perhaps? See, well, this is the first opportunity that came for Lewis. See it here, she shoots from 20 yards out. You can almost afford to go a little bit closer there.
Yeah, that's a really comfortable save for Fran.
And then, yeah, Beaver Jones had a chance of her own. So the game is opening up. There are definitely more goals in this. Hopefully, City will be the benefactors of that. Powell's throw is nodded on. Options on the bench for Lauren Smith if required today. Leah Cataldo started against Palace last week, of course. Naomi Lazell, who's certainly a player if you've been following City from last season. You'll remember Naomi Lazell came on for a couple of games, started a few games, a really bright spark in the centre of defence. And Mel Johnson, if required as well, has certainly got goals in her. She's on the bench today for Lauren Smith. Nice pass out to Ella Powell, who will charge forward once again, cuts inside, stays on her feet. Tries to find Abby Harrison with the pass, but it will be intercepted. Palmer plays on. Referee lets play continue with Abby Harrison, who tries to cut through the Lewis defence. City have tried that pass a few times, haven't they? Just catching out the Lewis defenders. Murray with more defending to do against Umatong, does really well. So Tara Murray from Brooklyn, New York. Lewis on the edge of the box though. More defending to do for Murray and those City defenders. There's a pass behind Ella Powell. Is this a chance for Lewis? Shot blocked by the aforementioned Tara Murray. Tara does really well to see that one out for a goal kick. She seems like a great character in the squad, Tara Murray. From what I've seen, she's certainly one of the louder members of the squad, isn't she?
Yeah, she's definitely a big personality, but, you know, every team needs that.
Absolutely. I think between her and Abby Harrison, quite the double act between those two. Lewis want the foul, they'll get it. Callie Balfour just getting nudged in the back there. This is a dangerous position for Lewes, defending almost certainly on the cards for City here. Opportunity to whip that ball into the box. 55 minutes played on Robins TV. Live on Robins TV across Facebook and YouTube. Hope you're enjoying yourselves. In comes the cross now. It's a high one, which Lewes player header will win, but unfairly, says our referee, Lucy Briggs. Wait, there are 2 balls on the pitch at the moment, so we're just waiting for one to be removed before we can get things going again. Well, we have to wait even longer. The ball hasn't left the field yet. When you're trailing a game, those little things can be frustrating, can't they?
Yes.
Still plenty of time for City to turn this one around. The referee's still waiting for something before letting play continue. It looks like there's a substitution for Lewes happening now, which is frustrating for Lauren Smith and the coaching staff. Wait for that change to happen now. So it'll be Frida Aisi who comes off, who's been really impressive actually, Gwen, I have to say. Like Amy Palmer, she's tried to control the middle of the park, hasn't she?
Yeah, she has been.
It was her pass in the end that led to the goal. Sorry.
No, that's okay. No, she's a really good player, but obviously it'll be different now for the next player coming on.
Yeah, Zoe Cross, this is. Another one of those players who's one of those who studied and played in the USA before coming back to England. Paula Howell's also replaced by Heidi Logan, so a double substitution for Lewes. They try and see this game out if they can, or double their lead, of course. Jamat just nods that ball back to Ella Powell, but possession is lost. Chance for Lewes to get forward if they can, and they cross into the Bristol City half now. Ball chipped forward towards Umatong. Aspin's underneath that one. And the City defend it really well. Still there for Jamat and Abby Harrison linking up. Bit of a battle going on between those two, and it's won by Abby Harrison. Charging forward, it's a poor pass to Woolley. Intercepted again. Woolley does well to win the ball back. The referee waves play on. Huge shout from the Lewes defender. The ball tried to play through to Umatong. Tara Murray's there once again to win it back for City. Ball really bouncing around down there at the moment. The referee, now the ball has gone out, is going to come across and have a word with Jess Woolley. It was late. I think it's fair to say that. We heard the cry from where we were. It was a strong challenge, wasn't it, from Woolley? Yeah, I think that's a bit of frustration kicking in now. Double substitution for Bristol City now then. So it's Izzy Cook, by the looks of things, coming on. And Mel Johnson as well. Well, we mentioned Mel Johnson's goals. Last season, 6 goals in 9 appearances for Sheffield United. Quite a nice return, that. And she gets her chance from the bench now. Mel Johnson replacing Aggie Beaver-Jones. And the second substitution, Izzy Cook for Jess Woolley. So that tackle in frustration will be the last act that Jess Woolley makes as Izzy Cook comes on to replace her. Play restarted. Amy Palmer looking to get Abby Harrison in the game. Touch just lets her down. So from what you've seen in training, Mel Johnson tell us a little bit about her. She almost looks like a born striker, really.
Yeah, she's just goals, goals, goals. She hopefully can bring that to the game today and, you know, get us a few.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Still waiting for her first touch of the ball. That's Izzy Cook's first touch, and it goes out for a throw-in. What can Mel Johnson do? Here comes Cook again, turning inside into the box now. On the edge of the box is Abby Harrison. Shot is blocked. Still might be there for City if they can win possession back, and they do so. Oh, but a good tackle there from Lewes. Chance for them to break once again. Cross out to Balfour. Turning, twisting, turning, trying to find a pass. Ball over the top is done. Cleared well by Powell. Umatong's on the edge of the box. She will try and get a shot off. Blocked well by the heel of Satara Murray. Satara Murray, I should say. So many fans in attendance today. And looking along the balcony here as well, Nigel Pearson. City head coach Nigel Pearson is also here, I've just seen. And that's just what we were talking about with Gavin Marshall, of aligning the Bristol City men's and women's teams together. So it feels like one team. So good to see Nigel here this afternoon. Referee blows for a free kick to Bristol City. Umatong and Powell colliding. Bentley clears away long. Ball is won, but fairly, and we play on with Izzy Cook, whose pass is blocked. Back now with Aspin, and away. Jamat does well to block that one out for a throw-in. City now trying to find their way into this game. Izzy Cook and Jamat link up well. It's a nice 1-2. Can Cook get a cross into the box? She keeps the ball. Oh, she just fails to keep the ball in play. I thought she'd done enough there. But right at the very end, the ball just trickles out of play. It's been such a frustrating hour and 2.5 minutes, hasn't it, Gwen? Like, the play has been good, the build-up's been good, and just at the final moment, something happens. And
yeah,
City
I think
lose possession.
We are doing the right things. We just need to harness that final ball, and then hopefully we can get some goals.
Yeah. Plenty of time still in this game. Koiken and Palmer, a bit of miscommunication there. You have it, no, you have it, and eventually it's lost. One back well, though, by Koiken. Finds Johnson. Now a chance for Melissa Johnson to run. Finding Abby Harrison. Nice turn. Almost uses her strength well to maintain possession. Bad pass from a Lewes defender, though. Matched by Melissa Johnson. Can Harrison keep the ball in play? She does, somehow. He's unlucky to only win a throw in there. Great work from Abby Harrison. And Allen will have this throw. Is she going to launch this one into the box? She is. Headed away. Only as far as Palmer on the edge of the box, who shoots. Spins away. It might go out for a throw in here. Yes, it does. .64 minutes played. Throw in taken. City sitting on the edge of the Lewes box at the moment, but can't quite find a way through. Lewes charging forward again. They're not done in this game either. By no means holding on to their lead. They try and double it if they can. Ball forward blocked well by Melissa Johnson. Now is this a chance to break? Abby Harrison from a long way out scores a goal! Oh goodness me! Abby Harrison from 40 yards out, I think it's 40 yards, has lobbed the goalkeeper, and out of nowhere Bristol City have equalised. Well, what a finish that is from Abby Harrison. My goodness, I know Abby Harrison has that in her locker, but out of nowhere, Gwen, City are back in this game.
Do you know what? And that is what she does at best. She always gets a goal. She always brings it back. It's a work rate. She's just phenomenal.
What a finish that is. Abby Harrison. She's been waiting and waiting for opportunities from those killer passes to come into her. And on this occasion, do you know what? She thought, I'm just going to have a go. Look at this. Great finish. Lobs Tatiana Saunders, who did get a glove to it, but the power on it from Harrison was too much. And City are back in this game with 25 minutes to go. City 1, Lewes 1. Well, those few hundred fans here today have been rewarded once again. We see the goal. Great finish. Just catches Saunders off a line. We've seen those sort of goals before. I'm thinking David Beckham, you know, such big names as that. I've only thought of one there, but there are players that have done it before, but never with that sort of power. There's power behind that as well, isn't there? It's not just lobbed the keeper, it's drilled as well. And a great finish that from Abby.
She's our answer. She
really is. She's been the answer to City's woes in front of goal so far in this game. Brought them back level. With 23 minutes to go in this game, can City go on and get another? In this sort of mood, I'd back Abby Harrison. In all the kerfuffle there, it's Izzy Cook that was down for Bristol City. She's back on her feet now, over on the far side, just out of picture there. It's a round of applause from the City fans down there. Well then, strap yourselves in, folks. This last 20 minutes should be enthralling as Lewes come again, trying to immediately respond with Heidi Logan, who wins a corner. This is a key moment, isn't it, Gwen? Because from the highs of scoring such a wonderful goal like that, you've got to concentrate again and get back down to almost neutral, if you like, and get used to defending once again to keep that, make sure that goal wasn't in vain.
Yeah, we need to make sure we do go forward, but are wary of protecting our, goal. But no, it's all to play for. We can definitely do this.
Absolutely. If you're watching and your friends aren't, tell your friends. This is free on YouTube and Facebook today and Robbins TV. We're set for a blockbuster last 20 minutes, I tell you that, as a substitution comes on now. I think it's Fionn Morgan down there who's getting ready to come on. Well, shows how much I know. Leah Cataldo, in fact, coming on, replacing Flo Allen. And it's another substitution for Bristol City. Ella Powell coming off. And I was right, it was Fionn Morgan. Fionn Morgan does come on, so a double substitution for Bristol City. Good afternoon for Ella Powell. You have to say, great performance from her. In comes the corner now, defending for City to do. Can they get it away? Oh, and a great save from Fran Bentley. It looked like it was just creeping inside the post there. And Fran Bentley dives across. Gets her feet right and saves well. We'll see it again here. Wins the header, just tips it round the post. Great save. Round 2, here we go. Another corner for Lewes. Bouncing around down there, cleared off the line by a City player. So hard to see who it was down there. Fionn Morgan just clears that one away. Is this a chance for City to break? No, there's a Lewes player there. Nodded forward, and Fran Bentley's there again to save. Action at both ends of the field here. 20 minutes to go. City with nice build-up play with Jamat, but the ball is won back superbly. This is Koiken, Avon Koiken. Can she get the ball out wide? She does. Plenty of room for the goal scorer, Abby Harrison, on her right foot. Nice pass. Oh, almost trying to find Koiken there, but that should trickle into the arms of Tatiana Saunders. She's up for it now, isn't she? Hey, Abby Harrison.
I can feel another one coming for her. She's hungry for it.
Absolutely. This gives her... She's that sort of player, isn't she, Abby? She's so determined to see her game through to the end. And what that goal does give her is another boost again. Do you know what I mean? To say that there are goals out there, I'm going to get another one.
She has that passion, 100%.
Great performance so far from her. Koiken does well to evade the challenge with a few Lewes players, and Abby Harrison does the same. All bunched up at the moment, the Lewes players, and a chance for City to break. Morgan. This is a chance for Cook on her left foot. Shoots, blocked. Umatong manages to evade the challenge of Satara Murray. She's got to get back now. Umatong charging forwards. Tries to get the shot off. The ball evades her right foot this time, though, but here come Lewes to give her a hand now. Satara Murray does really well to recover. Bit of help from Fionn Morgan, and City survive again.
That's a great recovery by Sats there.
She got caught out, didn't she? But does really well, that determination to get back and make sure that Umatong doesn't get a shot off. Ball does go out of play. Abby Harrison wanted it. She appealed for it. Out for a throw-in taken. Amy Palmer, plenty of time to chip the ball forward towards Melissa Johnson. Here goes Johnson again. Can Jamat get the ball to her? They're battling these City midfielders. Determined to get that second goal. Long ball forward will evade a City player at the first time of asking, but Izzy Cook's done well to win the ball back. Still battling, Izzy Cook spreads the ball out to Abby Harrison. Can she get a cross in towards the back stick? She can. Well, Tatiana Saunders juggled it. But eventually got two hands on the ball. Here they come again with Morgan. Koiken evades one challenge and finds Palmer in a bit more of an advanced position there, Amy Palmer. Ball forward, Lewes. Almost want a breather here. There's no one around for the pass there. City just not giving them any time as they go in search of a winner now. Umatong. Ball forward is surely going to evade the Lewes player. It does. Here they come again. Abby Harrison's got some defending to do. First time ball, easy enough for Bentley. Koiken sees off the challenge. Good effort from her. Forwards towards Melissa Johnson. Nice turn. No one ahead of her. Has to go herself, but she's more than happy to do so. She charges into the box now. Goes down under a challenge, and the referee points to the penalty spot. Melissa Johnson does superbly well there. Goes past the challenge, gives the defender a little glance at the ball, takes it away from her, and wins the penalty. Well then, what an opportunity this is for City. 1-0 down at half-time, and now a glorious opportunity to go 2-1 up in this game. And Gwen, before we get to that, penalty for you? What do you think?
Yeah, I think definitely. She didn't get the ball. She did stop Mel from going forward, so yeah, 100% for me.
So she almost gave her that little glance, didn't she, of like, you can have the ball, and then took it away at the last second to win the penalty, didn't she? She knew exactly what she was doing.
Yeah, it was very clever play for Mel.
The experience of Melissa Johnson there, to the relative inexperience of Simran Jamaat, looking to score, I believe, her first goal for Bristol City. Up against Tatiana Saunders. Crouches down. Can Jamaat give City the lead? Yes, she can! Simran Jamaat puts it to the goalkeeper's right, just passes it into the bottom corner, and Bristol City take the lead. Cool as you like from Simran Jamaat. She trots away in celebration. And with 15 minutes to go, City have their lead. Great penalty from Simran, that in the heat that we've got here, she was cool as a cucumber.
Yeah, she practices these at training, and obviously it's come into fruition now into the game. And she's pulled it off, stayed composed, got what she's deserved.
Now, of course, work to be done to defend that lead. City leading 2-1 here. They've turned this around with time running out. Can Lauren Smith's side hold on to this lead and get a first victory at the HPC? On balance, Gwen, I think that this 30 minutes that we've had of the second half, it's absolutely deserved, isn't it, those 2 goals?
Yeah, definitely. We have come out stronger than ever, and it is only what the girls deserve.
And they will not stop running either. Great tackle. Here comes City again. 4 players surrounding the ball. Might need to spread out a little bit now. Here come City players, blocked away. That was a forward pass by Leah Cataldo. Number 3 does really well to win a throw in an advanced position for the Robins. And Amy Palmer just taking her time over this one. We've lost the ball down under that, underneath that stand where the City fans are sitting is a walkway. That's how you get to the changing rooms and the gym that they have here at the High Performance Centre. So from time to time, balls do get lost underneath that, and as has the case here. Is the ball in play this time? No, it's going to be a throw in to Lewes. Ball still in play. Nope. From where we are, it's so hard to see whether the ball is still in play or not. It will be a throw in to Bristol City, though. Again, a dangerous position. And players advancing towards the box. Is Leah Cataldo a long throw option here, do you think, perhaps?
Yeah, I think she definitely will give it a go. Well, yeah.
Not a bad option. That really, really well held up as well by Abby Harrison, juggling the ball on her thigh and on her foot and winning a corner. And Abby Harrison absolutely living for this, isn't she? I think she's a player that thrives on a crowd. And she's missed that the past 18 months. I mean, we all have, but certainly if you're a player, thriving off the atmosphere that these City fans have created today. We think 500, 600 here at the HPC. Taken short. Amy Palmer crosses in now. Still bouncing around down there. Lewes eventually get it away. I think it was Melissa Johnson who flicked it on towards Izzy Cook. And Lewes just had to stab that one out, really, for another corner. Building in confidence here, City. They look more likely to get a third. Palmer takes the corner short. Well read this time by Lewes. The trick doesn't work a second time for City. Cataldo, another long throw from her, looking for that run of Cook. Lewes will try and let the ball bounce of play, and they bounce out of play, and they do so successfully. Just over 10 minutes to go in this game. Saunders goes long under pressure from Johnson. Great header from Satara Murray. Theo Morgan using her pace well to get the ball back for the Robins. Fran Bentley has to be careful and gets it away. Umatong wins the ball, but in an offside position. Decent effort that. Well, it's gone in fact, but offside, thankfully, for those Bristol City defenders. Good effort. So with 10 minutes to go here, do you think Lauren Smith will be looking to, not from a personnel point of view, but from a tactical point of view, change anything at this point? Or
I think, you know, it's just about defending now, keeping that win. But obviously we will want to go forward and get more goals, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it? Goals win you games, of course, and the more you've got, sounds silly to say, a better chance you've got of winning. So do City defend the lead by going out and scoring more? We'll see. Change for Lewis, and both teams will have a break now, a water break. As Tatiana Saunders calls for some medical attention on the edge of her own box. While we do that, we'll have a look at some of the goals, I think. This is City's first. It was Abby Harrison. If you missed it, have a look at this. Lobs Tatiana Saunders, well, I think from 35, 40 yards out. Not a bad effort at all from her. And then City maintained the ascendancy. Great ball from Ava Koiken, finding Melissa Johnson, who just ran through on goal. Teases the Lewis defender, wins a penalty. And from that penalty, Simran Jamaat, ice cold, buries it to give City the lead here at the HPC. I wish it was ice cold. Those players taking on a well-earned water break. Substitution coming up for Lewis. It's Nicola Cousins coming on, replacing Charlie Boswell. Boswell, who gave away the penalty, of course. Cousins comfortable with both feet. Not often the case with defenders, but a composed figure at the back is Nicola Cousins. And Melissa Johnson putting pressure again on those Lewis defenders. They recover well. Ball forward, intercepted by Amy Palmer. We have about 10 minutes to go in this one, as Lewis charge forward. First long ball forward towards Umatong. She will shoot on sight, blocked by Satara Murray. Shot again is high and wide over Bentley's goal. Well, we'll see this again. What do you think, Gwen? First time shot does hit Satara Murray on the arm, but
it's not intentional. But wow, we're lucky to get away with that, I think.
if it was for City, we'd be crying for it.
Yeah.
But when you look at it, her arms are by her side, and it hits her on the point of the elbow, doesn't it? Like, don't know, is it sticking out enough? Hard to say. As it is, City are leading 2-1. Any Lewis fans watching, this is Robins TV. Of course we're going to say it wasn't a penalty. Ball goes out for a throw-in, or is that a foul against the Lewis player? No, it's a throw-in, the referee indicates. Brooke Aspin does really well to see that one out. Yeah, just over 5 minutes left in this game, and our coverage doesn't stop on the final whistle. We'll be hearing from Abby Harrison at the end of the game. As close to the final whistle as we can get. We'll get it off the pitch if we can, so don't go anywhere, because you'll hear from the goal scorer of that 40-yard rocket, Abby Harrison, at the end of the game. And there she is on the ball again. Abby Harrison, she doesn't stop. One back well. Jamat with a through ball towards Harrison, who goes down under a challenge, but nothing in that really. Just mistimed really. Theo Morgan does well to stop any counter-attack from Lewes. Oh, and wins a throw-in in the process. Fionn Morgan, she's only, I think she's 21, Gwen, but she's got a UEFA B coaching licence. Very impressive from the youngster. Bentley does well to clear that one away, and roared on by the Robins faithful here. Always heart in your mouth stuff when a goalkeeper comes charging out like that, but she did really well. City looking for a third with Jamat charging forward. Ahead of her is Abby Harrison. Controls the ball under pressure from a couple of Lewes players, and it's a white foot that wins it first, but City in the red win it back.
Stay on shoulder, okay? And just sit on the centre back. You don't have to do anything else.
87 minutes played. City 2-1 leaders at the moment. By no means clinging on either, as Amy Palmer goes long. A bit too long on that occasion. Morgan does well to win the ball again here. Blocked again. Oh, Melissa Johnson slips at the worst possible time. Cataldo wins the ball. Aspin leaves her to it. Still battling for the ball, Cataldo. Really great work from the fullback. Goes past one. Unfairly wins a free kick, which should take a few seconds out of the clock as well. Just over 2 minutes left in this one. Cataldo's still down. I think that'll be a Lewes player in the book for that challenge. Has this game lightened the fire inside you to get back out on the field, Gwen?
Yeah, it's really exciting to watch. You just can't wait to be involved and actually, you know, show what I'm about.
Absolutely. I think it's probably the best place to be is actually on the field, isn't it? You'll be back there soon. That's a really long pass towards Amy Palmer. From Amy Palmer, does really well to find Abby Harrison. What a huge ball. Melissa Johnson's won it back inside the Lewes box. Bit of help from Morgan if she needs her. Back to Morgan. Back to Palmer again. Flicks it round the corner. City playing the triangles here really well. Crossed into the box. Headed away. There's Palmer again, who skids one across the turf. Is she onside, Abby Harrison? She was. Still an opportunity for City to make it 3, but Saunders is there to help. Long ball from Saunders, bouncing around. Umatong just about controls it, but there's Aspin again to win the ball superbly well. And Aspin has to clear it long. Great work from her, headed away, and City should win a throw in here. They do so. Time ticking away here. The fourth official just twiddling with his board, I can see, to see how many minutes we'll have left of this game. Cataldo, long throw towards Harrison. One. Melissa Johnson with a chance here. Can she get a shot off? Goes down under a challenge from the goalkeeper Saunders, but Saunders does really well to win the ball. Certainly not a penalty on that occasion. Melissa Johnson's still down at the moment as well, right on the byline. We play on though with Cook. Another strong challenge from Cook. Still fighting away down there, as is Cataldo. It'll be 2 minutes added time, or 5 minutes. 5 minutes added time. Here, another challenge from a Lewes player is an unfair one. And that'll just take the time out of the clock. And at this point of the game, you have to be clever.
Yeah, game management's really important at this stage, but I'm confident the girls have enough experience to deal with this.
Yeah, this is what all the training and all the preparation is for, to see out games like this. Palmer stood over this one. Harrison in an unusual position. Well, she's moving away now. She was looking for the short pass there to maybe get a cross into the box. City set to sit on this lead, or can they make it 3? Harrison holds the ball up well, and this is a bit of that game management that we were talking about, Gwen. Harrison holding the ball up well, took a few seconds out of it. 4 minutes to go of added time. Long ball forward, under pressure from Amy Palmer. City looking comfortable, but still work to be done. The game's not finished yet. Ball forward again. Ball trapped over on that far side at the moment. It doesn't seem to be able to get away from the touchline. Cataldo. Harrison is tackled. Another throw-in. This is not where Lewes want to be, really, is it? Trapped over on that far side.
It's a good opportunity for us, though, to manage the game.
Ball forward, which Harrison controls, and now it's in that far corner. And City win themselves a corner. Great work from the Scot, Abby Harrison. Free kick given away by Abby Harrison this time. A Celtic fan by trade, Abby. She was here for when the Celtic men played the Bristol City men in that pre-season friendly at the High Performance Centre. But I think it's fair to say she's certainly fallen in love with this part of the world and enjoying herself, and she's enjoyed herself today as well. Mr. Johnson wins the ball, charging towards that corner flag, just taking the sting out of this game. Still Lewes try and get the ball away from the corner. Finally they're able to do so. Morgan's down there. Ball forward, which Umatong will run into. Aspin is there with a sliding challenge. Really good work from Brooke Aspin. Still work for City to do as the clock counts down. There's the danger player for Lewes, Umatong. She's got a goal already in this game. What a cruel twist of fate it would be if she gets another one, as Satara Murray sees to that. Still charging forward, Murray. Oh, the pass is away with one on this occasion. Counting down, just over a minute left. City holding on to their 2-1 lead. Trailing at half-time. It's been a stellar second 45. Cleared away by Brooke Aspin. High and away down the steps to the gym. Takes more time out of the game, of course. Lauren Smith won't mind that. This would be a great first victory of the season. And the first victory here at the HPC for these girls, if they can hold on. Umatong misses the pass. It finds another Lewes player though. Back it comes. Can Morgan see this one off? And it comes now. Balfour cutting inside onto a left foot, still surrounded by red shirts. Ball out wide. Lewes trying to get the ball into the box, but there's no way through at the moment. As Tara Murray sees off another challenge. Now the final opportunity for Lewes if they can get the ball in. It's a strong tackle. Murray, the ball won't go out, so Murray has to play it on the byline. Goes long. We have played the allotted 5 minutes added time. Jamat holds the ball up well. Ball comes off a red foot. It'll be a throw into Lewes. The seconds count down. Is this the final opportunity? The final bit of defending that City have to do. Long throw. Murray's there to head it away. Palmer's there to help her out as well. And that is the final whistle. And it is the first victory at the HPC for the Bristol City Women. They've won here 2-1 against Lewes. And on that second half performance, Gwen, I think it's fair to say they deserve that.
Yeah, we dominated, definitely second half, fully deserved. Couldn't have asked more from the girls.
A goal from Abby Harrison from about 40 yards out was enough to equalise, and then a winning goal from Simran Jamat makes it Bristol City 2, Lewes 1. We'll be back on the other side of this.
We heard the UK's yoghurt-loving superfans wanted something super thick and homegrown. A yoghurt that's high in protein, low in fat, and naturally low in sugar. Fit for breakfast, lunch, and everything in between. But such a thing didn't exist. So we made our own. Yo Valley Super Thick, lovingly made on home soil.
Paul Archer here from the Nexus Group. Hopefully by now you recognise our logo on the back of the lads' shorts. As a City fan and a Bristol businessman, I want to help as many companies as I can with their recruitment needs, especially as we come out of this awful pandemic and lockdown. And for any customer, new or old, that puts an order in with us before now and the beginning of next season, we'll put you in a draw to win a VIP matchday experience as guests of me and the Nexus team.
Where that second half was a little bit better than the first, wasn't it? City are 2-1 victors here at the High Performance Centre, and Gwen, we enjoyed that. I think that was a good performance, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, heart in your mouth the last few minutes, but it was a really good performance from the girls.
Absolutely. Well, it's hard to say that they clung on. I don't think they clung on to the victory. It was a short performance, and a round of applause from these fans that are behind me, hundreds of them here today, and it was good to give them a treat, wasn't it? They've missed football for so long, and it was a great performance to give them that treat of missing 18 months of football.
Yeah, the second half in particular, we dominated. Really, really good performance from the girls.
Is there anyone in particular that stood out for you today, do you think?
I think first half, I thought Ella Powell did really well. Got forward, was strong. I think second half, obviously Abby, her work rate was just phenomenal. Got us to goal really well.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to hear from Abby Harrison very shortly. We're just setting up behind us. They're doing a round of applause, which you can probably hear. But talking about that first win, it's great to get the first one on the board, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so important. And obviously then when teams come to play us here, we'll be unbeaten. And then, yeah.
Absolutely. Setting the stall out for the season, isn't it? Unbeaten at home, like you say.
Yes, definitely.
Really look
Absolutely.
up and
So,
luckily
as I say, we are just waiting
for
Abby Harrison. And she
Came
is
back
ready,
well last week against Crystal Palace, but didn't get the result. But today, did you feel as if the momentum was shifting towards yourselves?
Well,
yeah, you know, we were disappointed
last
last week. It wasn't us. I think we left ourselves too much to do last week. I think so at half time, you know, we shouldn't have been 1-0 down. I thought we had the better possession, but we know what we've got in this squad, and if that's starting 11 people coming on, we know that we're never beaten. So we showed that last week and unfortunately just missed out, but I think we deserve everything we got today.
You're one of the more established members of the team, having so many new players and getting them to the gel. It looked good today, didn't it?
Yeah, you know, it's been a tough pre-season. We had to do a rebuild, you know, that's staff and players alike, but I think we've came back and we're showing that, you know, we've put together a great team, and what we can achieve I think is endless. So we're looking forward to this season, and last week we just missed out, but this is the start of a good season.
And a word, 507 fans here today. It's great noise, weren't they?
Yeah, you know, it's playing at home, that's what we want. We want to enjoy it, and we want other teams to come here and feel intimidated, and we heard every single one of them from the first minute to the last. So thank you for coming out, and thanks for watching as well.
I'll let you go enjoy the dressing room. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, there you go, the goal scorer, Abby Harrison. She was there in the end, and yeah, I mean, we'll talk about her performance now, and that goal. My goodness me, she let rip, didn't she?
Yeah, that doesn't happen often, does it? Well, with Abby it does, but normally, you know, it's a screamer.
Okay, well, that's Abby Harrison. Let's hear from the gaffer now. Lauren Smith is now with Dave Barton.
Basically, coming back, we talked about pre-match, about the ability to come back into the games. Obviously, when you got a striker like Abby and cool from Jamal, in terms of the penalty.
Yeah. I'm looking at you.
That's Lauren happening now.
Congratulations. You talked before the match about the team being able to come back, and you grew into the game against Crystal Palace, and today you got the 3 points.
Yeah, we've done it again, and they just amaze me every time we do it. You think that it might be a one-off, but yes, there's still things to work on, but if we know that we can come from behind and still take it to teams in the style that we want to, because there's some very exciting moments throughout the game, and I think it's credit to the players because they believe in themselves, and that's what gets us to these points, and they believe that they're going to go and score goals, so that's excellent.
When you were 1-0 down, it didn't feel from the stands as if you had lost control of that game. You felt comfortable, did you? Yeah,
we knew that we could grow into it, and that would be something that we did throughout the game. It didn't, you know, they had one chance and they scored it, and that seems to be the way things go for us. But the possession grew, we got higher up in their half, and from those moments, that's what we get confidence from. So, yeah.
It starts at the back, and Fran Bentley, some really good saves to keep you in that game.
Yeah, when she came out and cleared that one out from outside the box, again, excellent decision and technique to do that. So from her, and then the back line in terms of, you know, Satara and then Brooke, I think they've done excellent today in dealing with the threat we expected from Lewes. So.
But say the replacements who came on really added value to the team, didn't they?
Yeah, and that's what we talked about before the game. I think we've got such a strong squad, and the depth on the bench, you know, proves that today, that they can come on, change the game, keep the intensity up, and actually we add to what's ever on the pitch. So, yeah.
Tell me about Abby Harrison and how powerful a strike that was.
Oh, it's excellent from her, isn't it? She just came into the game, and she's got that in her locker, and she's done it throughout pre-season, and she's got so much talent. And playing on that front line, she can play in behind, she can play to feet, she crossed the ball, she's proven that today and putting it in the back of the net.
Never easy to take a penalty, but Simran, very cool.
Very good, and against her old team as well, so it takes a lot of nerve to go and stand up there for that long as well. It felt like it was, I don't know, a whole game she stood there for until she actually got to strike it, but very cool, and again, she's so good on the ball that you don't question it from 12 yards, you know.
The stand was packed, more than 500. We talked to Abby about how she heard them from the first minute to the last. It was a great occasion, wasn't it?
It was. They were excellent today again, and you just know that that's going to grow. And I've already heard the chants, we're Bristol City, we always come back. So for my heart rate, that's not great. But for the fans, I hope they enjoyed it today, because hopefully they'll come back and see more of that. But we stay on top.
Great stuff. Congratulations, Lauren.
Thank you very much.
There you go. Happy gaffer there.
Smashed it. Well done.
I mean, that's just such a relief for her as well, isn't it? As we've already mentioned, to get that first win on the board just makes life a lot easier for her, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. She's made her mark now on the league, ready for the next performance.
Absolutely. City up to 4th. I mean, it's early days, but we're up to 4th in the league, which is good news, isn't it? Right, let's have a look then at those second half incidents, and we'll start with the rocket from Harrison. Gwen, just talk us through this goal here. It's a hell of a shot.
It's a great shot. I mean, sometimes you just got to give it a go, and she's done that and really well as well. as well. There's no doubt about it.
Put her foot through it, I should say. That is for sure. And at the other end, of course, it was only 1-1. City still had some defending to do, and Fran Bentley steps up with a great save, which we'll see here. Tipping it round the post.
Yeah, that's a great save.
Goalkeeper's just as important as strikers, and that's, Fran Bentley proving that, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. She made some great saves today. Kept right in the game.
Yeah. But the reason we are so happy is because it finished 2-1, and this is, they won with a penalty. This is the penalty getting awarded. Melissa Johnson doing really well to turn her marker and winning the penalty here.
Yeah, I think she made a great impact since she came on the pitch. Well, straight away, getting that penalty, really good.
And Simran Jamaat, cool as you like,
yeah.
Finishing it off for City.
So composed.
As easy as that for Simran Jamaat. Well, there you go. That is the story of today. Bristol City 2-1 winners here at the HPC against Lewes. The next time you see us here for the Bristol City Women on Robins TV will be the 26th when we play Durham here, and that's in a couple of weeks' time, of course. Thank you once again for your support, watching us here on Robins TV. We'll see you in a few weeks. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Jobs are good.